Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is your weekly singles love reading for Capricorn. How are you guys, Capricorn? Let's see what's happening. What's going on with Capricorn? I see clarity of thought. I see Seven of Cups, so there's opportunity or opportunities. Yeah, I do see a King of Wands energy. Yeah, natural born leader. Person may have options or opportunities, or they see that with yourself here. Yeah, I see long-term stability, family energy, family legacy. Yeah, so it has to do with long-term stability. This person sees opportunity here. Yeah, for a partnership. This is often a person with this energy too, like very creative person. This is someone who focuses on things till they get it done. So I feel this is someone here just kind of, you know, gaining some kind of clarity and making a choice, but they do see opportunity. Yeah, I do see the Star. I'm feeling maybe the possibilities are mutual. But it could be someone, if they have options, I feel this could be a person, you know, leaving some options behind here. Yeah. This person's feeling hopeful for sure. Yeah, good things to come. I do see good things take time. This is generally a person who can move very quickly, but I do think this is someone kind of, you know, looking at the possibilities. There's definitely opportunity here. But it is possible this is someone who's maybe letting go of their options here because they do see this partnership. Yeah. Tell me about good things take time. I want to see what that's about. Yeah, see, it has to do with union, a house, a home, a solid financial foundation. So definitely this is somebody with some, you know, feeling pretty positive that the feelings are mutual. But yeah, there's definitely an energy of a home and a financial foundation. There's something worth celebrating. Yeah, this is somebody thinking of following their heart. Look at that. So it's an energy of asking someone out. Tell me about the clarity of thought. Yeah, it has to do with the person laying a foundation. So this is someone who hasn't laid a foundation yet. Now, if you have options and you have multiple opportunities, it's possibly of someone who hasn't laid that foundation yet. Someone who hasn't quite followed through. And it could be this person in that energy. But if you have, and it does look like there is, you know, options. One of these people is someone who generally knows what they want. But you have a person, I feel, who's, you know, kind of assessing the situation, kind of looking at it here. Yeah. Someone hasn't followed through. And it could be just this person in those energies. Let's have a look at the King of Wands. Yeah, it has to do with laying the foundation. Yeah, it has to do with, this is someone who isn't afraid of taking risks either. And it could be them maybe, you know, assessing this and looking at this. But it has to do with making a commitment. But with this commitment comes a risky endeavor. So this is someone who's generally not afraid of taking the risks, but there's someone here who's looking at this situation. But it is about making some sort of a commitment. Yeah, look at that. Some of you have a choice here. We have the Lovers. I see some Gemini energy here as well. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. In fact, it could even be yourself in this energy. Looking at opportunity, but feeling a little uncertain, looking at the risks. This is someone looking at the risks. Interesting. Tell me about the Star. Yeah, it's a person here. It's an energy of a person who's in their head. It's about whatever happened before happening again. Self-entrapment. So someone here is looking at the risk. So whatever happened before, they don't want to happen again. Yeah, so we got a person who's kind of in their head here, thinking about the risks of making a commitment. And it could be yourself looking at the risk, because if you've had, you know, been taken advantage of before, or something happened where things didn't turn out the way expected. So yeah, but I do feel the energy, possibly yourself following your heart, but I do feel a person's going to do that. It's a person asking someone out on a date. Yeah, someone's definitely overcome some sorrow. So there's been some hurt in the past, maybe even a third party. But yeah, and I do feel that if there's somebody here who may have other opportunities, but I feel someone's overcoming this. Yeah, it's just a person doesn't want whatever happened before to get trapped in a situation. Yeah, I do see someone with overflowing love, though. See, this is about an opportunity, an invitation. Somebody may invite you to a celebration, their home, and it could even be yourself. I wouldn't be surprised if it's yourself just going to follow your heart and kind of get out of your head. But I do feel there's been some sorrow, some sadness or hurt here. Yeah, someone who doesn't want to be hurt again. Tell me more about the laying the foundation. Yeah, it's a person who definitely, has a lot of responsibility here, a heavy load, a lot on their plate, but it's about someone pulling their weight. So this is someone who may have dealt with someone who didn't pull their weight in the past, where they had all the responsibilities in a relationship. Because I can see this person, see, they've overcome this. I feel it's pretty much overcome, because it is about a fresh new start and an opportunity. But it's finding someone who is stable and reliable. So making a commitment is a bit of a risk here. Yeah, it could be someone who dealt with someone like this before. Someone who didn't pull their weight. Let's have a look at the Ace of Coins. Yeah, something that already happened. Yeah, there you are, tending to yourself, looking out for yourself. So you have a lot of responsibility, a lot of pressure, weight on your shoulders. So some of you have dealt with somebody who wasn't reliable, a person who didn't pull their weight. So I feel like you pretty much overcome it. Now you have this opportunity for a fresh new start. Yeah, you got a King of Cups here, someone who's emotionally available, mature. So this, I feel, is someone you've left behind. I feel the King of Wands, I feel, is someone who maybe you took a risk and made a commitment with this person. It may have ended up costing you. Yeah. But it is about a partner. Queen of Coins wants a partner, and I feel like you haven't really ever had a partner. You've always got all the weight on your shoulders, taking all the responsibility. Yeah. Let's have a look at this King of Cups. So you got a person here who's emotionally mature, available. Yeah, overcoming. It could be this person overcoming this situation, but there's something about the two of you here. Yeah, see the end of a chapter, a whole new chapter. This is an energy of, you got this person here coming in. Now they could be overcoming something as well, so take it how it resonates. Yeah, letting go. And it could have been, there may have been a third party with another person where they weren't loyal or faithful in some way. Yeah. You are looking out for yourself here, tending to yourself. This is someone who sees this, but you have this person here. So there's a chapter that's over. That's why I feel you've kind of overcome this. And I do see stability, but maybe you ended up with a lot of debt or something here. Yeah. But yeah, it's over. Now you got this King of Cups. Yeah, so you're making a connection with someone here. Yeah, you're making a connection. You might want to just be friends first. And often this is what the Queen of Coins wants. Let's just be friends first. Because I do think it's yourself assessing this, looking at whether you want to take this opportunity or not. But yeah, you got a person here. You've made a connection, a loving exchange. This is two people sharing some feelings here. Seeing eye to eye. Tell me about the overflowing love. Yeah, so you can see starting to think negative thoughts that the same thing's going to happen. See, it's a new connection. See, someone who leaves you, it's an energy of starting to feel negative, someone leaving someone out in the cold, leaving them with a lot of debt. Now, but I feel because of this exchange, I do feel it's the other way around, where you're kind of out of the woods. And it does have to do with finances. Some of you had a lot of debt to pay, bills to pay, or just a heavy load, working multiple jobs. Yeah. But yeah, this is an energy of starting to think negative about being trapped in a situation and being left out in the cold, or lack of money. A lot of focus on that stability here with this. It's just who you are. You want stability. You want to feel safe. You want someone who you can count on. Yeah, but I'm seeing this opportunity. Yeah, see Temperance, taking a step back, seeing things a little differently too, feeling a little different. Yeah, I feel, and I'm going to be honest here, like I say, if you have two opportunities, I feel like there's someone here where it feels off, it doesn't feel right, or someone may be trying to take advantage where you're starting to think negative. Yeah, something is off with one of these, but the interesting is perfect balance with someone else. The King of Cups and the Queen of Coins often make a lovely connection. So yeah, it's an energy of feeling something is lacking with someone. And I do feel it's whatever happened before you don't want to happen again. I feel like you were maybe left without money, left out in the cold. But it's interesting because it's almost like this person's gone through it too. But you see, you have a whole new chapter. So it's telling you to get out of your head, take a little step back. And this is an energy of just being calm before you make a decision. But yeah, this is somebody here I feel could be just right for you here. Definitely there was someone, you may have chose someone who just wasn't right for you. And it could be where you have a type. So if you have a type, and you may be learning about that type of person. Yeah, people who come into a situation with no money, but then they put all the baggage burdens. Maybe you ended up with their debt, whatever has happened. Yeah. But there is the Two of Wands here. See, it's charting the course. See? Two people. It's a situation here. If it is two or it's someone else where you've come apart and gone your separate ways, possibly the feelings were even mutual, but I feel you're going to come together with someone here. Yeah, and I feel it's telling you to follow your heart. I feel like you want to follow your heart. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's this person. It's like both of you. Yeah. Yeah, whatever this was here, you know, to me it's... I feel like you're trying to, definitely, you know, things being calm, making decisions when you're calm, but I feel it has to do with your type. And if there's two now, one of them isn't your type, or they're your usual type. Because it's about breaking free from a pattern, a habit, a behavior. Yeah, see, there was personality clashes. Somebody very fiery, controlling, kind of domineering. They put all the baggage on you, you know, somebody who kind of gets the other person to do all the work. It's definitely someone who didn't pull their weight. Yeah, so personality clashes. Often it's controlling, but yeah, there you go. But it's about, you've left this behind. You've come apart. Now you're going down a new path. I think this person's probably different. Yeah, look at that. See, charting the course, getting together. Someone in your social circle, maybe online dating. So I definitely feel there's some kind of good news, an offer, an invitation. Now you could be the hostess here. You may decide to invite this person, maybe to dinner or to introduce to your friends and family. Yeah. And this person too, whoever this person is, may have clashes with your family and friends as well, which may have caused some issues here. But yeah, I do think you're making a lovely connection. Some of you, the connection, you know, it's often when it starts, it goes really well. And then it turns into conflict and drama. Yeah, personality clashes. But I feel like you've overcome a lot. You're definitely stable. And I like this energy of time to celebrate. Yeah, see, it's about seizing the day, taking an opportunity that's presented. So I feel like you're going to take this opportunity. And it's you and this person, but see, it's an energy of balance between head and heart. And that's what it is with the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords. See, balancing your head and heart. Always trying to do everything in balance here. Yeah. A little bit of struggle yourself, struggling maybe internally, you know, fighting with yourself. But yeah, there's the Chariot. So this is about control. And that's what I feel. You dealt with somebody who was very controlling. And you may have followed your heart then or followed your head, one or the other. But that's where I feel the harmony is that energy of balance between head and heart. But you have and I do feel like you may have put on the brakes here, and you're taking another look at this situation. It's staying in control of your emotions, not being ruled by them. Chariot's also about balance. It's getting these horses going in the same direction. See, balance between two. But this person is definitely coming in. They are a leader. Let them take the lead. But they're in control of their emotions. They have confidence and self-control. But yeah, see, the other one is this person is very controlling. They want to be in control. They got you doing everything, but they want to be in control. That's where you likely put on the brakes. Take a look at the situation. Yeah, see, it's about getting the cup. See, you're about to get emotional fulfillment. There is an opportunity, and it is saying balance head and heart, being a little logical, very sensible and very practical. And yeah, you've got a person, look at that, the ultimate provider. So you want someone who also provides. Some of you got some opportunities here, especially if you're online dating or, connecting on social media. It could be people in your community, but I feel like you're going to connect with this person. And it's probably them. They're probably, emotionally available, mature, but it's about providing. Because I feel like what you dealt with is someone who wanted you to provide for them. And if it's a past connection, and I do see that for some of you, definitely here, this very controlling person, they want everything, they want to be in control. It's okay to let someone else take the lead. But there's this energy where you feel like you need to be in control. See, and this is a learned thing too, because when you end up with a lot on your plate and you're the one doing everything, working multiple jobs, taking care of the house and home, the other person isn't helping. They lay all the burdens on you, maybe their debt, their baggage, who knows. And you end up having to take control. You have no choice but to take control. So it's telling you to kind of look at that. But yeah, this is someone coming in with confidence. They're stable. They want the same thing. See, two people making connection, wanting the same thing. Yeah, see, there's an energy of just kind of waiting here. But it's what you're manifesting as your dreams, as you want somebody here. And I think this person sees you as, it's about looking into the future. They see a future, but they are coming in here. And I do think this is a lot to do with yourself as well. Some of you are afraid with this energy of being a little vulnerable too. So you're really trying to not be ruled by your emotions. You're trying not to, let things get out of control. But it's about letting go of some of this control. See, it's where two people make decisions and do things together. So I really like this energy. And I feel like you've overcome a lot. There's been challenges, obstacles, financially, all kinds of things here. But yeah, let's have a look at that strength of will. Yeah, taking a little pause, looking at things from a whole new perspective and feeling differently too, because there's, things have changed. You've overcome a lot. You should be proud of yourself, all this overcoming. But you do have this is two people often checking each other out. Online dating, social media in the community. You're looking at each other, looking away. See, it's an energy of being vulnerable. But yeah, I do feel, and it's possible some of you actually even have three people. And it has to do with looking at your type. I know you want a partner, and I feel the person you're manifesting is a partner. Someone who sees a future. But yeah, I do see you're kind of waiting for something here to see what happens. It's a person preparing. See, it's about two people being prepared. Yeah, saying to prepare yourself. You're going to have a new perspective too, seeing things from a different point of view, but it's two people. So you've got a person here, I feel, it's very controlling. You have to have their point of view. And that's what I feel. I feel this is some of you have dealt with someone like that, extremely controlling and domineering. They want to be in charge of everything, but you're the one carrying the heavy load. Yeah, but it's going to be different. This other person will take some of those burdens off your shoulders. See, this is a beautiful energy. Yeah, it's a person who feels confident, an invisible force. See, strength and confidence. But this is also about yourself here, not letting your emotions get the best of you, thinking things through, finding balance between head and heart. Yeah, you're manifesting this. You know your type. I feel some of you have learned your type. Yeah, some high priestess energy. See, kind of keeping it all in, keeping things to yourself a little bit. Yeah, but it's two people going to come together. It's like this energy of following your knowing, okay? Yeah, it's time to follow your heart, but with, some sensibility here. And I do see choosing your battles, but this person's coming in too. They're coming in with a similar energy. They're taking this opportunity that's presented. So if they're offering it you, it's taking the opportunity. But I feel you're the person who's Possibly, maybe you're hosting something, you're inviting this person to dinner or introducing to friends. But I like the strength and the confidence here. I see a lot of kindness, compassion, someone who's kind, compassionate. They put the shoe on the other foot, how the other person feels. Nice. Yeah, pre-manifesting, preparing. So you're both mastering these energies, but you're both pre-manifesting, getting yourselves ready so you've got time. And some of you have been doing this, paying off debt, taking responsibilities, releasing things that no longer serve. Keeping everything there's balance between you and this person. Tell me more about the Queen of Coins. Yeah, some of you work a lot. See, over and over again, work, work, work. Some of you, that's all you do. But it's also an energy of connecting with someone who doesn't do the work. They don't put in the effort. It's someone who gets you to do all the work. So this is about that over and over. Yeah. Tell me about the world. Yeah, see, better times ahead. See, there's better times ahead, things calming down. You've been busy. I feel some of you had a lot on your plate, but things are calming down. You're applying lessons learned. You've learned a lot of lessons. And I do see, there's been time in between. You've overcome a lot. But this is also an energy of time out, maybe even a vacation. I see some of you taking a trip, maybe a vacation. See, work, work, work. Yeah, and it's about connecting with someone, making sure you're on the same page, that you understand each other, you have the same values and morals. You've got a lovely connection coming in here, but it's all about this person pre-manifesting and being prepared. It's someone who's kind of keeping it all in. It's telling you to trust your inner knowing. I feel like you already know that you and this person are on the same page, but you're definitely not on the same page with someone else here. See, this person, this King of Cups, looks like it's this person, possibly a Taurus. I do see some Gemini energy here as well, some High Priestess, which could be yourself with some Pisces energy or the other way around, but yeah, beautiful energy. And I do see the energy of, see, it's about letting your guard down, being vulnerable. Some of you have to let your guard down to let this person in. There's a little test of faith here. So it's an energy of someone reaching out, a little test. And I do feel it's about loyalty and someone faithful, because I do think there's someone here who you've dealt with third parties, people who weren't faithful and loyal, because it's about loyalty. It's about making a commitment, or at least an agreement, yeah, between the two of you. So it has to do with having faith in this, but you have to let your guard down. Yeah, so the dark coming to light here. And this is definitely talks about vernal equinox, but I'm really just looking at this coming out of a dark period, maybe even in your life or this person. But I see a few days. This person may be reaching out. Yeah, and I do think your sword's going to be up. See, it's about being vulnerable. Some of you are having a hard time being vulnerable. You're being discerning. But you are mentally strong. So that's the energy of teaching someone how you want to be treated right off the get-go. Some of you are going to cut someone out. So these could be people now, but it's about avoiding someone. See, avoiding a disaster. So there's someone here I feel like you're just not on the same page. And I feel it's because of lessons you learned. That's why I feel like you have a type. It's about learning who your type is. But you are being discerning. But now, because of all this hurt and heartache and what you've dealt with, it's very hard to be vulnerable. This person wants somebody who's emotionally available as well. So you have to put that sword down a little bit. And I do think this is your energy. It could be someone giving advice, though, but it's about teaching someone how you want to be treated right off the get-go, but always with kindness, compassion, with the Strength card. See, it's all about forgiving the past, letting it go, leaving the baggage behind. Yeah, but you've come out of this as very, very strong. And it's all about seeing the light. See, you're seeing truth in a situation. Yeah. Making sure that you're on the same page. Some of you, there could be a prenup because of this too. But it's about coming from the dark to the light, seeing the truth. You've overcome some stuff. If it's not you, it's the other person. Yeah, you can see this energy of walking away. It's not emotionally fulfilling. It could be why somebody may have walked away. If you've had another person here, these are people. And it's about seeing truth at why someone walked away or telling someone why you did. But it's all about learning. Yeah, but it's what you're seeking. So it's telling someone truth, what it is you're seeking. So you've left all this behind. It wasn't emotionally fulfilling. But you've got a person who's emotionally available and mature. They put the shoe on the other foot, how the other person feels. So they're kind of looking at you as maybe not emotionally available if you've had someone who's walked away. But like I say, you're leaving behind all this. You're now moving forward. You're moving into the light, the sun. You're facing the sun now. But it's telling someone what you want, what you expect. Yeah, you expect someone to be loyal, to be committed, to pull their weight, to share the responsibilities. Yeah. But I do feel if it's the other way around, where someone walks away, it's because you need to be emotionally available. I feel like you're afraid to be vulnerable because of all this. Okay, but I do think you have a person who's kind, compassionate here too. This is an energy of someone being strong for someone else too. But I really feel it's showing you're walking away from all this and you're moving forward. It's good to do your due diligence, but it's also really hard, I feel, after all this to be able to be vulnerable. But it's telling you to look at the sun, focus on that truth. See, you're going to see the light here. You're going to see things very clearly. You're going to make yourself clear, but it's telling you kind of watch your words a little. See, temper your words, your thoughts, and look at things, try to look at things from a different perspective or how the other person feels. Yeah, but I kind of feel like it's a person in this, but yeah, you got to put your sword down a little bit. Yeah, see, it's telling you to look at the bigger picture. Some of you have had to be strong because you had no choice. You had all the burdens on yourself. See, strong mind, you're mentally strong. You've come out of this strong. You're likely a lot stronger than you know. But yeah, I mean, it's all about the happy home, happy life, big happy family, telling someone what you want, what you like, what you don't like, but with kindness, compassion, temperance. So it's about being patient. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, if you got a person who's trying to control you and you've been through it before and the same thing's happening, this is where you're learning your type. Never be afraid. Know when to walk away too. See, some of you do. You know when to walk away, but you are moving towards 10 of Cups. So it's about choosing the right person. But temperance is the biggest energy I feel with this. Tempering your emotions, staying in control, and finding that balance. See, balancing head and heart. Some of you are kind of following your head more. But you have to find that balance. And it is about being vulnerable. Yeah, tempering the words, tempering the passions, being patient. It's good to teach someone how you want to be treated right off the get-go. But if you aren't careful with your words, the other person starts to feel that you want to be in control of everything. Somebody, you took your power back from someone. I feel a lot of this is past, but you've learned a lot. So very, very nice. A little vulnerability. Take care. Bye for now.